Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a subject to you that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know. And that is the shocking revelations of youth. And I remember learning about certain things that were shocking. I remember them being shocking because I had previously thought otherwise. We're born trusting, I think. We are born trusting out of necessity, and then we form conclusions out of necessity, just to get by. Especially when we're young, we believe that we have some kind of right to exist. And in a perfect world, sure, but not everywhere, unfortunately. A right, as it turns out, any right is an agreement between parties. When you look at it, any rules actually are functions of agreements. But anyway, I remember learning certain things like my existence itself is conditional on someone else's decision. At the time it was, anyway. I was only alive because someone had decided to let me live, and that did not sound right when I first heard it. It didn't sound right in principle, and it didn't sound accurate, but it turns out it was right. It turns out that someone had made a decision to let me live. And really the point of this video isn't about that, but that I remember it being shocking and unusual, and then later finding out it was true. Like so many other things I did learn, and I think that I'm lucky to have learned this interesting piece of information among so many others at an early age, because most people don't have that advantage. Most people are never exposed to these ideas, these facts. And I know this because it was shocking. I could have very easily never learned it and just went through my life believing that I had some kind of God-given right to exist, regardless of permission. But that's delusional when someone is actually making a decision about it. Someone that you may not meet, someone who has extreme power and the wherewithal to end you with a thought or a gesture, but either way. This is not even an unusual detail. I'm using this as an example. I'm not trying to fixate on this one thing, but there are many, many details that people are never aware of. They never become aware of them. Because why would you? The world seems one way. It's not what you see. It's not what it seemed at first. At every point, right? So why not question the things you think are true that you may not have proof for? Why not question those? Because so many other things have turned out to be untrue. It's just logic. I'm reminded of an Amy Mann song. I'm a big fan of Amy Mann, and she has written tons of great songs. She had a large role in the soundtrack of a really good movie called Magnolia. And one of the songs on that soundtrack has the lyrics, "It's not what you thought when you first began it. You got what you want, and you can hardly stand it." Well, it's optimistic, saying that people get what they want all the time, but I think it's possible to get what other people want too. I think what also happens just as often is people end up with other people's lunch, so to speak. There's a way to do that. There's a way to conspire. There's a way to coordinate, to organize, to concentrate, to use technology, to use deception, and take something from somebody without them even knowing it. That's what I think. And I think this happens every day. And I think that people should know about it, so that it's a better world. Because I like thinking about that perfect world somewhere in the multiverse, that place where things are as they should be, things are what they seem, and people are basically decent. Imagine that. Imagine earning it. Imagine being honest. I can. I feel like that's where I'm from. That's what I'm going to turn this world into, or I'm going to die trying. I'm going to be honest about it. I'm going to die trying to turn this into a better world. If that sounds dramatic, maybe it is. Maybe you should join me. I'm trying to start a movement. I'm just saying, be honest. Shoot, it's not hard, really. No action required, just integrity. Imagine integrity. It's meant to be an uplifting video, I hope. Illuminating the path to happiness starts with honesty and truth, really, right? You got to figure out what's real. You can't move anywhere until you at least know what the heck's going on. So I hope everybody has a great day. Reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.